Welcome back. 15,150 on the index. The Sensex up nearly 800 points at 51,000. Resilience within the broader universe too, as those metal stocks are clearly firing up the screen. Mahantesh Sabarad as well joining in on the show from SBICAP Securities. Mahantesh, why don't we talk about the PSU trade? You know, an interesting report talking about how the catch-up trade for PSU banks has and the PSUs in general has a lot more legs, and that they are looking ripe for a strong value rally. Where within the PSUs are you finding favor?
So I think let's look at it in a perspective, and that perspective is for quite some time PSUs have been underperforming the market ever since we had this ETF kind of distance investment coming in. So we had the government first pushing out its stake to ETF funds, who in turn would churn that out into the market, and there would be humongous amount of selling pressure that would come in. I think now that you have the government talking about privatization for most PSUs except strategic sectors, it is hoped that such kind of selling and liquidity pressures would no longer come to the market. As far as value creation by PSUs is concerned, that is a little suspect because not all PSUs are really efficient, even in the listed space. Some have gone past their prime, I would say, when it comes to delivering better shareholder returns, although they may be monopolistic in nature. So you have to pick the PSU stocks one by one, not necessarily go the whole hog. From a really long-term perspective, we would rather exercise caution and not advise one to go overboard on PSU stock just because they're rallying on the government making a statement on privatization. Privatization would be good, but very often it would be better if that privatization actually occurs for you to take a serious view of that stock. So until and unless that happens, the privatization move definitely goes through, we would be very cautious of the PSU space, because our perspective is in a really long period of time, most of them have not delivered value, even from not just from shareholder perspective, value creation through EPS kind of growth.